welcome back to the channel. Food. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe and check videos like this.
I literally saw a demon manifest in this young man. He came out the hotel. He looked like a young man, almost looked like Justin Bieber. And when he sat down, it's like he changed and he started chanting something. He's mumbling something like under his breath. I'll start rebuking it in the name of Christ because that's a straight up demon. And if you look at his side right there in the window, you can see his shadow.
There's a guy who was hiking in Russia when the most recent tsunami hit, and he was on a cliff, and you see the ocean come in and like reach the top of the cliff where his dog is. See if you can find it. It's crazy because he films the thing coming in. Watch this. So look how high this guy is.
Way up.
Way up, right? As he's up here, he's seeing the waves come in. Now watch how it's coming in now, and now it keeps coming. It keeps coming all the way to the top where he is. It's nuts. Look at his dog. Dog's like, yo. If I would be freaking out. I would be running.
Yeah, I'd be out with that, man.
I wouldn't trust it. What if it goes over the top where you're at? You're just guessing. Dog's about to get jacked. I mean, if you get trapped in that, you are not swimming to shore. That's your life. It's over. I don't care if you're Laird Hamilton. If a comet slams into the ocean right there or slams into a glacier, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
It's the weirdest building you'll ever see.
The what building?
AT&T Longlines building, 33 Thomas Street, New York. It has no windows, just has exhaust vents, no lights. This is one of the facilities capturing all of our phone calls, which the Patriot Act allows.
Oh, man.
Well, it's just metadata. Metadata includes who you're calling, where they are, your location. You could be totally tracked. If you're a person of interest, anyone you communicate with is automatically a person of interest. Whenever I can, I just play James Clapper line at Congress when he's asked, can you confirm that NSA is not capturing hundreds of millions of Americans' records? And he says,
perhaps, but not wittingly.
Eventually had to apologize because the Snowden documents revealed they're capturing everything, not just metadata. NSA was embedded inside of Google and Yahoo and Microsoft. The engineers are so excited we finally got into Google. But the point is, do not trust them. They're constantly lying to us, and there's no regard to the Constitution at all.
Need a bigger hole. Willing. Oh. We gotta use this thing.
You're right.
You got two. I'd love to give you a hand, but I'm just not.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, sorry. I'm feeling right off out of interest.
I don't want to hold his head like that. I got him.
Jeez.
I hate holding their heads like that.
Yeah.
Can someone give her a hand, please?
Where is you going?
Look at the Wendy's logo.
Break it down for
Wendy's
me.
logo has a subliminal message in it.
That is crazy.
Okay, so you see the little girl, right? Look at her collar. What does it say?
Hold on.
The Wendy's girl, the little pigtails, M-O-M. Do you see mom?
Right?
Okay, you know why it's mom?
No.
Because when the founder, Dave Thomas, I think his name is Dave Thomas, when he created that, he wanted everybody to feel at home because what makes you feel at home when you're eating? Mom.
Sure.
Yeah. So he made the restaurant look like a home. It has warm colors. It has all this stuff. So he wanted to make you feel nice and subtle and calm. And he put that subliminal message in there that says mom. The same thing with KFC. Go to the KFC, what's his name? The Colonel.
I love KFC.
You love KFC?
Wait, hold on.
So KFC, did you know that KFC, the Colonel, he's also a Freemason? Go to his tombstone.
Right way.
I think I've
Go
seen
the fucking way.
that.
Go to his tombstone.
I think I've seen
It has the
something like
Freemason compass.
And they tried to make it seem like he was just, I think he started KFC at like 70 or
He did.
60.
He did.
70 or 60? Then that's when you get on? It's kind of crazy.
But think about the chicken, though. Think about the food. Think about all the stuff that we have in our faces all the time. These people aren't just put in place and just came up and just, oh, I'm rich and successful. No. Think about it. So you go to his gravestone. It's a Freemason compass logo on there. That's why I don't eat chicken. Chicken causes mucus and cancer, or mucus and acid at the same time.
Yeah,
It's the only meat that does that. I'm telling you.
So you run out of the essential nutrients your body needs, then something breaks. So you go to the only medicine that your insurance pays for, which is allopathic MD-directed medicine. The doctors don't know anything about medical nutrition. They don't believe that the body can cure itself, so they give you a drug that manages the problem. The drug, in its working in the human body, also burns through nutrients. So after 6 months or a year, the drug stops working, or they need to increase its potency, or they need to give you a second or a third drug. And then you get worse, and then you need another drug, and then it gets worse, and then you need surgery, and then you get a secondary infection from the surgery, and then you need another drug for that, and then you die. And then your relatives are so grief-stricken that they organize a 5K run on your behalf to come up with a cure for stomach cancer. And who do they give the money to? The people that failed you in the first place.
Okay, so this is uranium. It's an abundant mineral found in the Grand Canyon. And these particles you're seeing shooting off of the rock are charged ionized particles. And it's inside a nitrogen cloud chamber, and that's why you're able to see the particles, right? Gamma radiation is what gives melanin its power, right? Everybody knows that. But why are we not doing it? You see, gamma radiation, beta particles, alpha particles are charged ionized particles that give melanin the power it needs to become active again, to become nuclear again. So it actually heals the body. You'll never age. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that they're trying to keep us from, because it actually kills all bacteria. It replenishes all cells because it charges melanin. The charged ionized particles charge your whole melanin structure and basically replenishes it. And this is why they're trying to keep us away from things like this and scare us away, talking about it's going to hurt us. But it's not true. It gives us our power back. This is called uranium.
Man
hat 16 Sekunden Zeit für 5 Gramm zum Schnupfen. Man schnupft es mit dem Zeigefinger an die Nase herauf und bei 16 Sekunden ist aus.
Man kommt besser in die Kanten rein, man kann sauberer schnupfen.
Danke sehr. Also da habe ich von 5 Gramm 4,997 geschnupft, also aber noch 3/1000. Das sind fast nicht.
I didn't know you could play ranked.
Ya. Miren. Ahí está mi perro, está juguetón porque le dio miedo que le pone cacún con mi... ¿Ven eso? ¿Qué es eso, man? ¡Ay! 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 ¡Ay!
You can't buy. You're all right. They're not gonna let you. I'm taking it. Listen, this is where if you don't listen to me, you go to jail. So put them down. I'm taking it.
Don't worry about that.
I do. I am worried. Can you help me out here?
Call him. He will come.
I don't know who to call.
So you are.
Okay.
Ask the officer.
I don't know that guy. I want to talk to you, man.
I am mighty. You were talking to me.
Okay. Will you help me out here? Will you tell me which date of birth is?
We don't have birth.
You don't have birth dates? Okay. Okay. Where do you stay at? Where do you live?
Sam Rossi is an independent truck driver in Southeast Asia. He regularly posts his experiences and adventures as he drives his truck across the countryside of Indonesia. Late one night, Sam is driving his truck along a long, lonely stretch of road that locals claim is haunted by a dark spirit. Just after he crosses a bridge in the middle of nowhere, his truck suddenly breaks down.
Aku saiki ngomong yo, mambune, moro-moro mambune gak enak lur. Mambu melati campur amis. Sapa iku? Sapa? Si ambu amis lur yo. Ayo, sapa? Tuh, sapa iki? Ngelot! Ngelot! Muncul lo!
A la piedra flotante. Miren, ahorita les voy a acercar un poquito. Miren cómo se mantiene levitando esta piedra. Sí, está sorprendente. Ahorita vamos a subir para ver cómo es que está la piedra. Miren, manada, aquí es. Aquí es donde se ve. Exactamente aquí. Piedra flotante. Oh, shit.
No, don't get wrapped up in that. He'll come stab you. Oh shit.
Only at 7-Eleven.
There were something like 36 bioweapons labs in Ukraine
Yeah,
of U.S. origin.
Yes.
So why is Ukraine perfect? Ukraine's perfect. To run a bioweapons lab, you need first world infrastructure
Yep.
and third world people to test shit on. Ukraine's pretty much got that, right? Because Fauci, for example, in the United States, when he had to do clinical trials, they'd go to foster care. They would do clinical trials on foster children.
What?
Yeah, you got to read Kennedy's book. They use an estimated 14,000 foster kids to do clinical trials. They said the kids would figure out they're getting sick and they wouldn't want to take the meds.
Went back and was looking at the video of that girl from the other day, right? Because I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her because I found that thing in the bathroom. Like, you know, it makes sense that somebody's probably following her. Look. My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right there. Those are stones and those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
At the end of the day, they're both happy.
What's that? Oh, a group of people that were testing new AI glasses went to a nearby zoo in San Diego, and what they saw completely freaked them out. Tell me more. Yeah, this group of researchers were testing out these AI glasses to just verify that they're working properly, that they can identify animals, give you information about them, things like that. This is where it gets a little bit eerie, because when they looked at these animals, such as they were looking at a tiger, it did not look like a tiger. It looked, what they said, like some sort of weird demonic creature. And then they asked the AI, what am I looking at? And it identified it as a scary demonic creature. Okay. The AI responded, "This does not look like anything from Earth and looks like something from the spiritual realm, which you are now looking at." I love that. But the way that this creature was looking at them freaked them out, and it started to move slowly closer to them. So they left the zoo in a hurry. Oh, goody.
Woi, malu kau. Apa ye? Ha, salah. Kyo. Oh, Sandy bhai. Adi duk gari ha kamu.
Man, what is this, man?
You lost the technology to get us to the moon.
Where did it go? They lost the tapes of the moon landing. What you watch when Neil Armstrong climbs off the LEM, One Small Step for Man, that was projected on a wall in NASA, and the networks were like, hey, can we just get the direct feed? Like, no, we're gonna do it this way. Then they lost all those tapes, lost the telemetry. When asked, why don't we go back? NASA said, well, we can't replicate that technology. It's too difficult. NASA astronauts saying, oh, we think we found a way now that we can finally get past the Van Allen radiation belt. We already did that, man, didn't we? 17 times, but they lost it.
Unbelievable.
Russia was first to everything. Russia has Sputnik, first man-made satellite, man in orbit, first animal in orbit, first woman in orbit, first spacewalk. It's all first. And you can hear JFK saying, like, no matter how much money we throw at it, we're gonna be second. And then suddenly, 1969, we surpass all of the Soviets and we land on the moon.
Did we?
I don't buy it. Americans who don't believe that we went to the moon, it's rising every year. I hope I have nothing to do with that.
I'm sure you have something to do with that.
Harvesting for what? Are they edible?
People are wondering what's happened to the food, why it's so expensive. Here it is on the side of the road. Free oranges.
Illuminati? That don't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was Illuminati. I'd be probably a billionaire. People always talking this Illuminati stuff. Show me Illuminati. Show me the money, please. I had to work for everything I got so far. Ain't no Illuminati come and help me with nothing. I'm saying, I personally, man, I believe in God. I'm a man who fears God, and I pray to God, you know, and I don't go to church that often. I'm not gonna lie, you know, not because I'm not religious. I just don't got the time to.
There's no satellites out there either. There's no satellites.
They have so many compartments that break off when you go. So how is the ship the same when it lands? Yeah. Same shit takes off.
Or even the satellite.
No, there's no satellites. They are hanging satellites in the firmament. This is our GPS system. They screw it into the firmament, and that's the permanent GPS system. Call it space. But the space between Earth and God is called the firmament. And until he opens that up, it's gonna be continued. Firmament. We're his pets. Imagine having hamsters and they wound up. If you let them out, they eat your dog and your cats. You gotta have a cap on it, don't you? It's called the firmament. It's in the Bible. Nothing will get through the firmament.
telling you, that's not their first rodeo.
What they do is they change their name. Their original name used to be Bauer. So what they do is they change their name so that they can blend in with the system. And the Canaanites, who had the curse for 2,000 years, they would also change their names for 2,000 years. And we know who those people are. Well, let me give you a quote by the Rothschild. If I own the money system, I don't care who writes the laws. So every single money, across the world, owned by the Rothschilds. All the banks, Rothschild. Every single Rothschild. Medical system, agricultural system, educational system, energy system, Rothschild. So how do the Rothschilds influence the world? Well, they own everything. And that's when you get into the book Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullen. And what the Rothschilds did was after they owned a lot of the things in Europe, they actually moved to America by paying the Rockefellers so that the Rockefellers could then control America. So when you date it back, you're dating it back to the Rothschilds. Now, if you want to date it back even farther, you go to the Oppenheimer. If you want to date it back even farther after the Oppenheimers, you go to the Canaanites. The Canaanites. If you want to look up that word, you can look up the Canaanites. Or you can look up the Charzars, because there's this interesting world called Khazaria. But it's actually Chazaria. So Charzar. They changed the word.
85% of the people on the planet are followers. 10% of the people on the planet are creators or leaders. And 5% of the people are observers. So when you got 85% of the people who are willing to follow, the 10% who are able to create something are going to capitalize off of that. And the 5% are usually the ones who are assassinated or shunned or discredited because they can see everything that's going on. And they would ruin it all for the 10%. So the reason why it's so easy to do that is because people are willing to be led.
So this went on for, I was in this club for about a year, 2 years from the start of the process to sort of getting out, really. And at one of the last rituals that I went to is where I lost all bearings of reality and myself. And it was in France and I'd done a shoot. Ended up going to an after party. It was a huge event. They had like acrobatics on, fire breathers. It was boss. And later on in the night, bear in mind, I'm drinking, but I'm not drunk type of thing. Don't take any drugs, nothing like that. Later on in the night, they're bringing out these platters and I comes back into like the main, wasn't a hall, but like the main room where everyone was, and there's a body on a table just like this. In fact, this is round about the same size that it was. Like an overweight fella's body, cut open with everything hanging out. It's all been decorated with grapes and leaves and flowers, but like what I think was a kidney was hanging out, his tongue had been cut out, and it was on someone's plate. Who was just eating it. His eyes had been pulled out, but like they were still on the stalky thing, so they were just hanging. And I remember looking at it and panicking. I just had a panic attack and I started screaming. And I was like, what? That's a dead body. And some fella comes behind me that had seen him, but had never spoke to him at these places. And he goes, "You're making a scene. Calm yourself down. It's just art, Molly." And I was like, this isn't art. And like the scouse bit came out of me and I'm like, you know what I mean? I lost me yes, and I'm running down this hall and looking for the toilets. And this fella comes behind me again and he grabs me and he throws me in this room. This room's pitch black. Absolutely pitch black. And he gives me a drink and it's this pink fizzy drink. And I'm like, no, I don't want to drink. And he's going, you're going to have to calm down. You need to calm down. You're ruining the night for everyone. Do you not understand? You're making a scene and you're frightening other people. It's just art. It's not real. It's not really was real. I know what art is. And that was a dead body that they were eating.
Obama, at this point, it's clear that you don't care and you just want everyone to see who you truly are. So just recently, Barack Obama would go on a Zoom call where he would show his support to a group of State House Democrats who fled from Texas to Illinois. In the midst of him showing his support to these people, you can see a stone-like object in the background with some very weird symbols on it, specifically meaning boy lover. Y'all must remember that these people follow the laws of karmic retribution, meaning they have to show us what they're doing or they're going to face bad karma for it. And let's not forget back in 2020 when Obama would go on an interview with Kamala Harris and they would only speak in code. And when you really understand what these code words actually mean, it's truly sickening. I can't believe this man hasn't been incarcerated yet. I'm gonna pin the code words down below so y'all can make out what he's saying, and y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments.
Critical if we are to lead effectively.
Right.
So tell me about
Joe and your relationship with Joe, and what do I need to know? Like, what's the thing about the ice cream? He loves ice cream. Tell me about that.
Well, listen, ice cream is big. Pasta with red sauce, he can go deep on that. He really does like those aviator glasses.
If you have humans cut back their salt considerably, they become insulin resistant. So take a healthy group of humans, say you need to eat less salt, and they do so. If you measure them a week later while they're adhering to this, they will be significantly more insulin resistant than before they ever cut back their salt. It's one of the ironies of the whole scenario where a physician may be telling a patient with high blood pressure, you need to cut back your salt. And they end up eating less salt, and yet their blood pressure gets worse. It's because the main contributor to high blood pressure is insulin resistance. And by telling them to cut back on their salt, you made them more insulin resistant. And that whole mechanism is because one of insulin's many, many effects is to want the body to hold on to salt and water. And so if you start cutting your salt, all of a sudden insulin says, well, there's little salt coming in. I need to do what I can to retain whatever salt we do have.
30 seconds left. Give her some shouting! Woo! Smack your hands together to create sound!
And I miss when they just smoked that Zaza at the park.
Many people, they drink water because they think they're supposed to, and they're actually harming their performance. I don't drink water without salt or minerals in it, ever. And it means I need less water, and it means my brain works all the time. But if I drink 2 big glasses of water with no electrolyte in it, I can feel a difference in my performance. My body's like, you bastard, you just diluted all the salt in my cells, and we're essentially salt batteries.
Like, I went with this one guy, and he just, like, he looked like a lizard. Like, I was so scared. Like, he was sitting there, and I turned him, I was like, oh my God. It's like, holy shit, he looks just like a lizard, and I had to go. It was really bad.
So you just left? Wow.
Immediately.
A horrifying encounter captured on camera in the quiet hills of Italy. A man sleeping in his home wakes to movement outside his window. He grabs his phone and records what may be the most terrifying footage we've ever seen. There, pacing slowly back and forth, is a tall, black-eyed figure, humanoid, but not human. Its limbs are too long, its head tilted, silent, watching, waiting. It approaches the front door over and over like it's testing whether it can get in. Thank God for iron bars. Not for those bars. Experts say this being, whatever it is, might have entered the home. And once inside, we don't know what happens next. The video hasn't been verified. We don't know if it's real, but AI analysis shows no signs of digital manipulation. The lighting matches, the shadows align. This wasn't faked on a phone screen or projected from outside. Is it an animal distorted by night vision? Or something worse?
That's that unemployed strain. He's just practicing for his ankle monitor. And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash that subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.